It is claimed by the skeptics that the thing that they object to the most are things which are sold as real or sold as being true, when there is only a limited quantity of information available about that one particular thing. It is claimed by the skeptics that what they object to most are things which aren't true or are unproven, being presented as if they were true. Essentially, the skeptics are objecting to belief of sorts, or maybe a certain aspect of what belief is, as if the belief in question was some small fragment of information accepted as true and sold as true. My limited experience of the skeptics, my experience of the skeptics demonstrates that they seem to wish to engage in attacks of any ideas that they feel different or unusual, without actually taking into account the full argument or the full picture. If you have a look at a belief, you will see that maybe there was something about it that had, to a certain degree, a certain element of truth in it. So therefore, beliefs themselves cannot really be counted as being negative. They're indications of a potentially larger universe. But when the belief is taken to be an absolute, is seen as being a fact, is expressed as a fact, then there is some potential for misuse or abuse. That I agree with. And I agree with skeptics who wish to act against things which are being used deliberately to deceive, to confuse, to intimidate, and to brainwash. But when it comes to rational and logical inquiry, when it comes to objectively attempting to assess certain phenomena, the skeptics seem to want to run or flee or use attack and ridicule rather than to properly and scientifically analyze the phenomena. What can we therefore say about skepticism? It is, without the shadow of a doubt, an ideology, a political ideology. And just as Dan Brown presupposed, there is a war on between different points of view. Okay, Dan Brown defined it as being the war between religion and science. But there is also a war of views with reference to beliefs. What I cannot say about magic is that it is, or that there are some things which are 110% clear-cut, that there are some things which are 100% reliable. Because if I was to say that, then I would be selling a belief. I would be selling a story. I know that I have experienced certain things, some of which I have attempted to communicate in my videos. My personal mission is to understand these things, not to believe in them, nor to disbelieve in them. Because the moment I start generating a system of beliefs, then I'm coming close to developing a religion, or a religious set of ideas, and then holding on to them as if they were absolutes or 100% true. I personally cannot bring myself to do that, and I tend to speak out against individuals who do. because I do not wish to be deceptive to anybody. I do not wish to abuse anybody. I do not wish to confuse anybody. So when we're tackling the subjects of belief, instead of using belief in its traditional way, which is to state, I accept that some certain things are true, instead to say that for a certain period of time and during certain circumstances it appears that these things are true, but I cannot and will not state under any circumstances that these things are, by my experience or objective knowledge, real.